Sharp is the new album. It's the title of the new album, and it's got some of the old songs. It's got some of the older songs as well that people haven't heard before from my previous career when I was just doing sort of stand-up on my own and doing kind of stand-up poetry things. But also it's got some new stuff.
We are the business. Our business. And our business is a pleasure. We sell frisbees. We sell CDs. We sell t-shirts. Small, medium, large, and extra large. We make money. We got spreadsheets.
Art business, we are a business. I just love the fact that it's not about creativity, it's just about kind of the grimness and the kind of the chore of working, and it's because a lot of the time people think it's a bit of a rarefied atmosphere being in a band, and that it's all about sort of magic and inspiration and the muse and about touching sort of people's souls, but also it's also just about kind of getting up in the morning and doing your press-ups and sending your emails out and making sure that when you do a sleeve that it's all lined up, and also that you are contacting the radio stations and talking to people that perhaps you don't even like sometimes, but you're doing it because you want the band to do well. And it's not it's hard work, you know. And I've shoveled concrete, I've done lots of crap jobs, worked in bars and stuff, and this is work. This is you know, as much, if not harder sometimes, and it drives me to distraction with you know, I have to be very adult, and then I can be on stage and be a child.
Well, I'm lying here under canvas, with blood coming out of my arm. I felt so depressed this morning, I decided to self-harm. The LGI is closed now, the Jimmy's is a bingo hall. On the road, the heart, I made the best of it all. And it's all, I'm lying here in a hospital tent. Cause all of the money's been spent, the NHS couldn't pay the rent. Here I am in a hospital tent. I'm lying here in a hospital tent. There's volunteers from the village of Dent. Because it's like a cement. Here I am in a hospital tent.
Hospitent, it's one of the songs that is vaguely, it has some kind of like message, or it's about contemporary issues, and most of the stuff that I'm writing is not, it's fairly sort of, it's about small stuff, and it's fairly surreal, but this is surreal as well because it's hospitent, and I woke up one morning with this word in my head, hospitent, and it was just about poverty and about the fact that everything is there's nothing, there's very little of anything, there's a struggle, there's so much strain, there's hardly any nurses, hardly any doctors, hardly any beds, people are waiting ages, months and months, and I just saw it as we're all going to end up in a tent being looked after by, and the wind's going to be blowing and there's going to be a dog coming in and sniff around looking for something, and it's married to a fairly sort of a light, daft, jolly little jaunty little beat, and yet it's not I think it's got a sort of a real strength to it, because it's kind of laughing at those in power who can't see that they need to sort of put money into the NHS and look after people.
Well, he's a fat little rock singer, writes great songs, rolling and tumbling, still strong. Double chin hanging over the mic, black shirt, belly busting out, bottles flying, chips in the oven, salads in the bin, diet cold rider, waiting him in. Got some girlfriends, but he's looking for a wife. fat little rock singer, writes great songs, rolling and tumbling, still strong, happy alive, rocking all day, rolling along. He's just a barrel of joy, punches above his weight.
Fat Little Rock Singer is just about us getting old, and I just remember seeing a picture of a guy from a band called the Afghan Wigs, and they were always a kind of an interesting, I think they were called something like kind of, they had sort of Rolling Stones, these sort of rock and roll kind of attractiveness about them, and I just saw this photograph of him, and he was just a big portly little barrel of a man, you know, and completely sort of physically different, and yet his music, I listen to his music, and I like their stuff, and it's really strong. And I just thought, yeah, what happens when you're no longer kind of like Iggy Pop, you're no longer svelte, and you don't have the look of a pop star, which is like androgynous and sort of sexy Cuban heels and tight jeans, and the fact that you're still loved, and it's nothing to worry about, because everybody else, all the people that love you, like, are getting older as well, and the jean sizes are changing, and they're having to, they're getting dentures, and there's no more acne in their life, and the kind of, it's just about how it's important that this person carries on, even if he's physically unrecognisable as his younger self, and he's now this old doddery kind of lump. As always, it's every performance is different. It has a different energy. Sometimes it's an angrier night, sometimes it's a gentler night, sometimes it's a tragic night, sometimes it's been something awful that's happened, and we've gone on stage just to sort of get some comfort, and it's an escape. Right, here we go.
You know that you got to do your fucking stuff, do your fucking stuff, do your fucking stuff. You know that you need to do your fucking stuff, do your fucking stuff, do your fucking stuff. It'll keep you awake at night. You'll never ever be alright, I tell ya. Do your fucking stuff, do your fucking stuff, do your fucking stuff.
Do your fucking stuff. It just seemed a bit coarse and a bit basic, and not very delicate or flashy, but less than simple almost. And we do it on stage, and it's very kind of vibrate. It's very early sort of punk, like 76, 77 feel to it. But it resonated with. Remember the first time we played it, and this was in the middle of the lockdown. And we were just coming out of lockdown. His first gig with like people sat there at tables and there was masks and stuff. And then this woman came running up to me at the end of the song, and she grabbed me and she said, "Oh, that song, it made me so happy, because there's no wishy-washiness. It's just get on and do your stuff, and it's just what I need to hear sometimes." And I said, "I'm just trying to back off," and she said, "I'm a doctor." And I said, "Well, you're a doctor. Why are you grabbing me in the middle of a pandemic?" Anyway, that's do your fucking stuff, simple.
When we came, we were young, we had so much to learn. We were hungry, fired up, screaming to be heard. We carried bags, we carried amps, we struggled through the mud. Big Ben lost £6 by Sunday. I want to go back, tread those fields again. We made it ours, Glasgow. lights.
Glastonbury, we have a lot of history with Glastonbury. We started playing there in 2007, and it was such an extraordinary experience that I came home and I was washing, I had a rash, and I thought, oh God, I've been bitten, and I've got shingles, and it was just the fact that I just worked myself into the ground. We played about 25 gigs, I think, the very first time, and we came home and we were just numb and dumb. We didn't speak. But every year since then, every year that we played, it's just been wonderful. The crowds have grown, and it's really given us some visibility as Glastonbury, and made people think, oh yeah, we'll give them a go, we'll stick them in this venue in London, we'll stick them in this venue down in Devon, and I always remember just the fact that people bumping into me like in Bristol, one of Kath's friends, one of my girlfriend's friends, and her young nephew, oh God, it's MikArtistiks, he's played Glastonbury. We'd only done Glastonbury once, and it was such a learning curve, and it was like, it was a war zone. I mean, it wasn't a war zone, but it was so hard and so draining, and all the colours and stuff were basically turned to brown and mushy and crap, because the weather was so inclement at times. But the inspiration from all the people around, and just the danger and the edge that it had, and the art that was produced there, it just made you up your game. You wanted to sort of be as good as the last band that you saw. And it was, yeah, and we lost, maybe £10 in psychic energy over the 5 days. Johnny's hair of the Glastonbury sort of history behind us has gone from, long to the sides. He's never flashed it, or he's never done any George Michael flashes, but there's been a few changes, but it's.
We've met some interesting people, haven't we?
Yeah, and we're
in the song.
We're just tied to this bloody place, to Glastonbury. People say, oh, you got to Glastonbury next year, and we're just sort of almost like we've got a free pass in, we're almost like got the keys to Glastonbury, because it feels like that. We go up and we turn up on site, and then we're going to our first gig, which is normally like on this bandstand, and you can see sort of hordes of people coming running down the side of the hill, with some of them with like picks or bloody, sort of Celts or something, and they're shouting out Yorkshire, Yorkshire, and they're coming for us, and it's a real love fest for us, and we sell lots of CDs, and
the people we meet are in the song, aren't they?
Yeah, the song is it's just like an epic sort of odyssey, whatever. There's people drifting in and out, and it's I'm trying to marry my sort of joy at being there with also the fact that it can be a bit edgy as well, and having to deal with promoters and some people who can be just crap, and it's tiring, and you just have to kind of look after yourself. You can't go, we don't go mad, we just turn up and eat brownies, we drink coffee, and then we might have a beer maybe, but we're always thinking about, well, tomorrow we've got 3 or 4 gigs on, so we just have to be, so we're the hardest, the fittest on site. This is it, this is what we're doing. The stuff that we love, which is getting out and just getting in people's faces, signing albums and t-shirts, and jumping back in the car and getting a takeaway pizza at 3 in the morning. We're on tour, and the album is available on www.MikArtistiksEgoTrip.com, and all the tour dates are on the website as well, and on Twitter and on Facebook and Instagram.
of nappies and tents full of tampons and tents full of bottles of piss. It's a smelly, smelly place. You leave your fucking links behind when you go to Glastonbury. The sky above you is great. There's always the sky, and there's always a fucking top of the tent. There's the top of the tent. There's the top of the red and blue striping. It's like a fucking massive barber shop. We